sisters, and all my saints and subs. Sergeant OCD here. Back at Alpha Camp, it's completely grown over. There's spider webs and all kinds of stuff. Today I want to talk to you about your warrior spirit. Now, a couple of years ago, God started changing me, and ended up that I went to another church and became one of the safety officers, and it's been a real blessing. I'm teaching everybody first aid. I'm getting to go out and shoot weapons more often, more out into the woods, and I just had a birthday, and I treated myself to a scope. What's going on with this magazine? Woo! So, you know, it wasn't too expensive. It was under $100, but it was what I need. It was a 4x and, you know, fixed range at 100 yards, and it's got the little hash marks in case I need to go further and adjust for elevation. I put my red dot on top because I wanted to make sure that I could shoot with my eyes, both eyes open. Alright, so I brought my carry weapon that I don't actually shoot very much, and I'm like, hey, I haven't shot that thing in a while, so I'm gonna go ahead and shoot that today. But I do want to give you a Bible verse about being a warrior for God. Psalms 144:1. Praise be to the Lord, my rock, who trains my hands for war and my fingers for battle. And then one of my favorite verses, and it has been for a while, Joshua 1:9. This is my command, to be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid or discouraged, for the Lord is your God. The Lord God is with you wherever you go. And then this is for your brothers. John 15:13. There is no greater love than to lay down one's life for one's friends. And then this is one that I adopted very early, Isaiah 54:17. But in that coming day, no weapon turned against you will succeed. You will silence every voice raised up to accuse you. These benefits are enjoyed by the servants of the Lord. Their vindication will come from me. I, the Lord, have spoken. And there's some other ones, you know. One of my other favorites is Proverbs 3:5. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Do not depend on my own understanding. So whenever the Lord gives you a mission, He starts breaking you down and refining you like they did in the military. That's what the whole, you know, like in the Air Force, we had to pick up our bags and put them down, pick them up, put them down, and, you know, they yelled at us for a while, but they wanted us to do everything in unison as a team. But it's to break whatever you knew down. I mean, it's the equivalent of purifying gold or steel. You heat it up to break it down, and then you get rid of all the dross. And that's what God's doing, is getting rid of all the dross. So a couple videos back, I talked to you about surrender. And when you surrender, you better be prepared, because He will, anything that you had that you wanted to keep, if it wasn't of God, it's gone. So I mean, I did that years ago when I became a Christian, but to do it again, oof, it's amazing. God is amazing. So I just wanted to do an opening here at the camp. I got to find a place where I can go 100 yards. Pretty sure I can. I just don't want a whole lot of ricochets off the washout. So I got to pack this back up. But God bless you. Take care. I'll catch you in a little bit. All right, well, that was fun. So let me explain these. This is me trying to sight in the scope. I was all over the place at first, and then I got to the center. This was me trying to sight in the red dot after I already hit all these, because I remember these, and I don't think I kept hitting it through this hole. The red dot's just not going to work. It's too high. And that's fine with me. I don't mind that scope. Even at close range, it's it's awesome. It is a 4x ACOG scope, but it's a prism lens. So I would call that a hybrid. I bought it from a small business because I support small businesses. And it's like no name brand. It's a scope. And I paid, I don't know, 60 bucks for it. And it's a good scope. I think I left it on though. I did. Yeah. So it's got red, blue, and green. I think they call them reticles. But this is what I punished 30 rounds, plus I emptied a 10 round 9mm mag from my carry. Of course, the last round after I changed mags knocked it right off of there, so I was done. So that was my birthday present to myself. So one of the guys at church I went hiking with, one of the vets who has PTSD, trying to work with him. He got me this knife. I'm like, geez. I was wearing it around the house, and my wife says, "You ain't gonna drive with that thing, are you?" I'm like, "Yeah." Well, I got in my car and it was poking into my seat, and it came with a ferrocerium rod with a, well, looks like a spoon, but you could strike it this way. So, you know, that's all you need out in the woods is a knife, because I used my my old Gerber from the 80s to poke holes in the trees and rigged up a stick, because I set out duct tape to bring, but I didn't bring it. So I had both my camera bags with me, thinking I was going to do this and this, but it just didn't work out. So my scout bag, minus the camera stuff, is you always need binoculars. Scout out what's going on. Of course, I have plates in there, paper plates. Put those on the refrigerator later. No, I'm kidding. And then I have extra ammo in there. This has always got extra ammo. Seem to have misplaced one of my 30 round mags from, you know, this style and the older style. I love them. They still work, you know. If it still works, why not use it? My last video, I was testing out my dad's Vietnam belt. It works great, but situation came up where I'm doing more displays. Long story short, Mission 22 got this new ambassador she is just going wild. She set up this display of 22 boots representing the 22 veterans we lose a day. So I got to thinking, it's like I got a World War II belt, I got a Vietnam belt, and I got a Desert Storm belt. So I'm gonna do a little display with those. So I'm gonna change them back to original configuration, and we're gonna display those. We've got events, a couple of events in October and in November, and I think they're better suited for that than me trucking around in the woods with them. I'm going back to a backpack. There was a reason I got rid of the backpack, but I think it was weight. Anyway, good therapy today. It's nice to get out my weapons, and you got to test them, you know. This is all about testing your gear, making sure it works. I sighted in my scope. Not as far as I wanted to, but I'll take care of that later. I was able to fire my concealed weapon. I mean, I still use the Glock 45, but I practice with that one more than I do with this one. You know, I got to empty the mags, make sure they still work, and you know, I'll look at it later. Glocks, you don't really have to oil too much. I'll look at it for cleanliness. But since I don't shoot it that much, it can't be too dirty. Oh my gosh. I tell you what, if you seek God, not just look for God, not just follow God, not just being God's child, if you truly seek Him, get into the Bible. Every verse, try to understand it. Use it to today's issues and stuff. That's why I keep those warrior verses in my phone. I use them just about every day, because I get people saying, "Oh, you have guns. You're on a security team. Are you going to shoot somebody?" If I have to, but that's up to God. It's not up to me. So God protects us. I probably will never have to shoot anybody, and I hope I don't. But I'm prepared. And that's what it's all about, being prepared for anything, any situation. The other thing I have in there is a rangefinder. Just like, we attacked Iran and we took out their nuclear force. Now, are they going to retaliate? Probably. I mean, that's what Muslims don't like us anyway, They don't like Christians. They don't like Westerners. And, since the border was open for so long, they added to their cells. So, if they take out the electric grid, you're gonna have to survive. You know, that's one of the main concerns right now, is them taking out the electric grid. Can you survive without electric, without AC, without refrigerators, without the internet? Oh, that's what's so great about the woods. Hey, I don't care about my phone. I don't, and I'm using it less and less. I'm using it more for looking at Bible verses, and less for games, less for scrolling, you know, scrolling through Facebook or whatever. I don't really comment anyway, so, you know, I might share some funny things, but I could live without it. So this is what coming out here and doing this stuff is all about: training. Train your body, train your muscle memory for trigger discipline. That's what the thing at the end was, you know. But I'm gonna walk back up that way and pick up my brass, and I'm gonna enjoy for this ministry right here. So anyway, God bless you. You take care. Stock up on everything, you know. Be able to cook without electricity. I did modify a stove, so I got a grill on top. I did it to heat up oil, but you know, make little things. Get ready for it. It could happen. It could not happen. But next time, more revelation. That's for sure. God bless you. Take care, and I'll catch you all on the flip side.